Well, we're continuing to track another comfortable afternoon as we get you into this Friday, getting us out the door though. Again, starting out in the 50s across the board, we'll warm those back up into the 60s and 70s by about lunchtime and top out in those upper 70s and low 80s for our Friday. Just about where we've been these last couple of days, plus a few more degrees. Overnight tonight though, only going to be managing the low 60s, so it's going to be another one of those warm nights here as we continue to track that trend right on into our Saturday. That gets us off and running. By the afternoon, though, topping out in the upper 80s here. Some of us may be pushing up against 90 degrees, especially in some of our southern counties later on tomorrow. So that's something to keep in mind if you've got any of those outdoor plans. Speaking of which, that home opener for those Missouri Tigers, as we get into 6 o'clock, we will at least back those numbers off back into the upper 70s. So it's a little more comfortable if you plan on heading to that game. One thing you may notice, though, as you do so, it's going to be a little bit windy for our Saturday, and that may actually help things stay a little bit comfortable, but it's actually leading to some warmer temperatures all in all. As we get into the afternoon, those winds out of the southwest, again, sustained about 15 to 20 miles an hour tomorrow. Nothing we can't handle, but just something you may notice here as we get into the first day of this weekend. The second day, though, it's going to be featuring some rain chances here. This is all out ahead of that cold front that's going to be rolling through on Sunday. And those rain chances moving in with it as we get into the evening and overnight hours is what it's starting to look like. This is the latest run of Future Track, and at times it's looked a little bit heavier than this. It certainly looked a lot lighter the last couple of days, but we think enough of these rain chances that we've added them back into that forecast here. Sunday night into Monday morning as we get you into the start of this work week. A lot of that should move off toward the east, though, by the time that morning commute rolls around on Monday. This is looking at PRECIP tracker, and again, this is from that event that we're going to be tracking late Sunday into Monday. Could be picking up anywhere from about 3/4 of an inch to an inch, maybe a little bit more in some isolated spots as we get you into the close of this weekend. And you can see that system right there moving its way in as we get into this weekend, but notice what kind of sets up on the backside of this. This is looking at that jet stream here, and that's pumping some of that cool, that dry, that Canadian air out of course, Canada, back toward Alaska. You can trace that all the way back into that big state, back to our north and west. And that's going to be bringing a lot of that cooler air back in by next week, and we'll start to feel that by the middle of the week with these overnight lows. Again, a good 10 degrees cooler than they should be this time of year by about Thursday morning. So it's going to be one of these cooler starts that we're tracking for just about the entire work week here. Looking at that ABC 17 Storm Track 7-day forecast, afternoon high is going to be hanging out in the 60s. Maybe the warmest day of the week on Monday with those low 70s still hanging on as we hang on to some of that cloud cover to kick off the work week. But 60 is going to be the rest of the week here for those afternoon highs. Overnight lows back into the 40s here, so it's going to be a little bit cool around mid-Missouri.